Yo people, welcome back to another video. Now I'm going to be giving you my money in the bank predictions, and as of right now it's a 4-match card, but I assume they'll add another one on SmackDown. Let me know your predictions down below in the comments. I'd also appreciate if you could leave a like on the video and sub to the channel for more content. Let's get on with this. Now let's start with the women's Intercontinental title match between Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria. I think that Lyra will retain only because it benefits her the most going forwards, although having said that, if Becky wins she would actually add some much needed prestige to the Intercontinental Championship, especially because it's a brand new title, with Lyra being the first ever champion. I can see Bayley making her return in this match and costing Becky the match, especially because Becky was the one that got her injured at WrestleMania, cost her a chance at the tag team titles with Lyra, so I have a feeling they'll try and do this. And let's remember that SummerSlam is a 2-night event this year, so a lot more matches will be needed than usual, and I can see a match or a feud between Becky Lynch and Bayley while they let Lyra Valkyria keep earning her stripes in new feuds defending that title. Next up, we'll go with the men's ladder match, and as much as I've been seeing people complain and they say it's pointless or stupid, I do think Seth Rollins will win this match, with the only other possible winner being LA Knight if they're actually going to use this briefcase to cash in on one of the main event titles. We got El Grande Americano, who I think has no chance of winning this. I think his story will continue against the other luchadors, and probably Penta, which is why he also won't win. I think those two could feud at SummerSlam. I think it depends a lot on Rey Mysterio's injury. I'm not too familiar with his current situation. Is it a long injury? Is it not? But I do see El Grande Americano and Penta feuding in this match and setting up their feud for SummerSlam. We also have Andrade, who I don't think he wins. He can barely even win 2 matches in a row, so there's no point of him winning. Solo Sikoa, I doubt he'll win because I think he'll spend his SummerSlam feuding with Jacob for the US title, so it only leaves Seth Rollins and LA Knight. Now for Seth's storyline, it's a no-brainer for him to win. He's a heel, and it gets him one step closer to his destiny, which is regaining the power of Monday Night Raw alongside regaining his World Heavyweight title. I don't think he'll cash in same night, but we'll talk about that later on when we get to the main event. And for me, it just has to be Seth Rollins. LA Knight, we've seen the company doesn't really know what to do with him. Do they push him? Do they not? They don't know how to use him. And I think his peak hype has kind of gone in comparison to previous years where he was just way more over. And I think WWE did miss the trick there. I also don't see LA Knight being the person to dethrone someone like John Cena, for example, unless his cash-in happens after WrestleMania. I just don't see it being a short-term thing right now. And also in terms of momentum, in terms of storyline, in terms of prestige, it just all points towards Seth Rollins winning. And I do also think that Seth Rollins winning it will add more hype for the briefcase itself, because we know what he can do. And let's just say the last few winners of the briefcase haven't exactly led to much, and the storylines have been pretty poor. Next up is the ladder match that I'm looking forward to the most, and it's the women's match. It's crazy to think that half of the people in this match just came up from NXT in the last month or so, but my only wish for this match is that Rhea Ripley doesn't win it. I say this because she doesn't need this briefcase. She's always been given title opportunities time after time. Whenever she wants one, she gets one. We saw it at WrestleMania. Her gimmick is pretty much, oh, I'm going to take back the title that I never lost. I'm going to win my title back. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that with the title. I'm going to be the champion. We've heard it. We've had to endure it for about a year. And if I'm being completely honest, I'd like to see her in a feud that doesn't involve a title. And if they're going to give her a title chance, then make her push for the Intercontinental title. Take it away from Lyra Valkyria. And if you do this, I think she would add new heights and new relevance to that title. But apart from that, I don't really mind who wins this. I personally don't think Julia will win it because she's too new and she doesn't even really have a storyline going for her at the moment. So it would just be a bit random if they just give it to her. She probably is the least relevant of the NXT women in this match as well. So I just don't see why they'd give it to her. Roxanne Perez seems to have a future feud with Liv Morgan brewing. So I don't think it will be her unless, similar with like I talked about with LA Knight, they play the long game with her cash-in and it happens after WrestleMania or at some point next year. Also, Roxanne doesn't really need it right now. We see that she's been booked from like a more potential point of view. She finished second at the Royal Rumble this year. She was at the Elimination Chamber and she's in this match. So she's been in 3 of the most hyped and most anticipated pay-per-views. I do think WWE definitely wants her to be up there, and she's definitely on this whole prodigy, like her nickname says. She's definitely one to look for in the future. But I think this year is just way too soon. She's still like 23, 24 years old. She's got the potential. Just let it play out naturally. Add her with this whole Judgment Day. She doesn't need to be throwing all these things straight away. Stephanie Vaquer is one with a lot of hype right now, and it would be cool, but at the same time, like the other two, I think it's way too soon. I think she's arguably the best wrestler in this match, and I don't think she needs the briefcase, if I'm being honest. I want her to get to the top organically, because she has the star power to grow naturally and with a nice long-term story. I want to see her face some more setbacks, get some more adversity, and then she wins it. I'd like to see that from her character. That leaves Alexa Bliss and Naomi, and based off the work that she's done this year, I'd actually give it to Naomi. She's really reinvented herself with this heel character. She's carried that feud with Jade Cargill at WrestleMania in terms of the build-up. But unfortunately, I think we may see Jade try and cost Naomi in this match, and I reckon this will set up their match for SummerSlam. This leaves Alexa Bliss as the person that I think is going to win it. She's pretty much an OG in the women's division. Of course, we've got Stephanie Vaquer, who's not that much younger than someone like Alexa Bliss, but in terms of main roster experience, she's been in this for a long time, and I reckon she gets the briefcase and she gets given one more good run as a main eventer with the belt. So I reckon it is Alexa Bliss's time. And I think it's refreshing for the women's division to give it to her as well. So yeah, I'm going to go with Alexa Bliss. Last but not least, the main event, which is the tag team match between Logan Paul, John Cena, up against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. A random match, but as I always say about the random matches that are added, there is always a particular purpose. It might not be with the wrestlers currently there, but they do these matches to build storyline and add shock value. Something shocking may happen, and there's always a reason for it. It may not necessarily be in terms of the outcome, but just keep your eyes peeled. And the reason I say all of this, I'll explain in a second. I think the winner will be Logan Paul and John Cena. However, I do think there will be an interference, probably from Travis Scott at the very least. And I do think after the match is done, Seth Rollins will try and cash in on Jey Uso alongside Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. They'll be taking care of Cody Rhodes, maybe CM Punk, Sami Zayn, depends who else is out there, in order to facilitate Seth Rollins' cash-in. But right as he's about to hand that briefcase to the referee, we see the return of Roman Reigns. I think this return is a no-brainer. It makes so much sense storyline-wise. He stopped Seth Rollins from cashing in. He cost his arch-rival his big moment. Something that Roman Reigns had to witness himself firsthand done to him by Seth Rollins. And he's not just stopping the cash-in on just anyone. It's Jey Uso. We know even throughout the whole build-up of War Games last year, Jey's relationship with Roman Reigns wasn't exactly 100% there. So this would definitely help out their relationship, get them closer like they were back in the OG Bloodline days. And Roman's addition would just allow another face-off between Roman and the Wise Man, a team-up of Cody Rhodes, Roman, Jey Uso, like I said, maybe Punk and Sami as well, which will be good to see as WWE seriously needs the star power and those big moments right now. What would also be cool, and I've theorized this for a while, even before WrestleMania happened, is that maybe we could see the initial kind of hints towards Seth Rollins working for The Rock and teaming up with John Cena at some point. But yeah, as always, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. What are your predictions for the matches? What are your thoughts in general? What are you expecting from this pay-per-view? I'd also appreciate if you could leave a like on the video, sub to the channel for more content, and thank you for your time.